Robot, unicorn, attack. Why did I say robot unicorn attack at the beginning of this video? If you're asking that question, well, that's good, because you have to understand that everything has a cause. Surely there must be a cause for me saying robot unicorn attack. And if you know about the game called Robot Unicorn Attack, well, then you're going to know the cause for why I said that. And if you don't, Google it. Seriously. You may notice that I'm wearing my glasses in this video. And why am I wearing my glasses? Because my vision is not perfect. And neither is yours. And that's what this video is about. Perfection. Our concept of something being perfect or perfection, what does it mean? Because everybody has a different idea of what perfect is. And I think I know what people usually mean. When someone has an intention, a plan, a purpose, something that they are trying to do, and then they succeed exactly as they intended, they say that it was perfect. We talk about drawing a perfect circle, a perfect shape, a perfect number, a perfect color. But perfect always has a context. It always has a different meaning. And you know what? Look into people's idea of perfect. Perfect, perfection. Sometimes they call it something being complete, whole, pure, whatever. Whatever your definition of perfection is, I'm here to tell you the problem with perfection is that we are not able to always do as we intend. And this is a very good way of explaining why we don't have a free will. Think about it. No matter what your idea of perfect is, if you had a free will, wouldn't you be able to be perfect? Wouldn't you be able to play that song on the piano perfectly? Wouldn't you be able to play a video game perfectly? Wouldn't you be able to say the right thing all the time? I mean, seriously, perfection. What is perfect? This is a big philosophical thing, man. But anyway, perfection, depending on your definition, I suppose, may or may not exist. But here's the way I look at it. First of all, we know that everything has a cause, ruling out free will right there, because you do what you do because there's a cause for it, and there's a cause for that, and the causal regression goes back to before you exist, before your parents had sex, all of that stuff. And indeterminism, also known as randomness or acausality, well, that ruins free will. Because if something's random, if it has no cause, or at least you call it random because you don't know the cause or it's unpredictable or whatever, well, you can't be responsible for it. You can't take credit or blame for a random event either, in any sense of random, really. And understanding that we have an unconscious mind, and that our body functions are not under our conscious control, helps us further understand why we don't have a free will. Because our conscious mind receives from the unconscious information and thinks that it chose something, when really it was processed by the unconscious, but still entirely causal process. So here's the deal. These three things, determinism, indeterminism, and the unconscious mind, all refute free will in so many ways. But perfection. This is what I would call maybe a fourth way. we are not even able to as we intend all the time. Seriously, we know we want to say something, but we just can't get it out, and we make mistakes when we're saying stuff. And this is something that, you know, even if you know nothing about determinism, indeterminism, or the unconscious, because you haven't read any philosophy or psychology or any of that, people become frustrated. Perfectionism is dangerous, man, because they're trying to do something, and they think that they have self-control. They think they have a free will. They think that they can make themselves do what they want to do. And even if they were able to, that wouldn't necessarily mean that they had a free will. Because your desires are also not your choice. You know, all the prior causes, whether deterministic or even acausal, would still not be your choice. The unconscious is not your choice. You're not conscious of it by definition. But seriously, moving all aside from that, we're not able to do as we want. Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever noticed you're just not able to do what you want to do? You totally want to do something. You're trying to beat a level in a video game. You're trying to write a book. You're trying to tell someone something. You're trying to communicate with somebody about something, and it just goes wrong. Seriously. Because we can never attain perfection or perfect, in the sense of being able to do what we want, you know, because that's it. Like, you know, if you see a circle, we know what a circle is. If you try to draw a circle and it looks like a circle, well, you say it's a perfect circle. If it looks like a triangle, dude, that's wrong. Now, if you were trying to draw a triangle and it looked like a circle, that's also wrong. So a lot of the time, we just simply mean perfect as we were able to do what we wanted to do. You know, and so, you know, you might talk about, you know, like a perfect straight line. But anyway, enough of geometry stuff. I'm very geometrical like that. But anyway, the point is we never attain the type of perfection. Whether that's perfection of knowledge, knowing everything. We don't know the truth about everything, how things really work, because the past is infinite and the future is infinite. And, you know, we can't be morally perfect in the sense of always doing the good thing, always doing the right thing that makes people happy, because happiness is really what morality is about. But anyway, the point is, we're not able to do that. Why are we not able to do that? Think about it. Think really deep about why aren't we able to be perfect? Why aren't we able to do as we intend to do? And if you meditate on that, you might start understanding that free will is an illusion. Like, seriously, because if there is anything at all, at any time, that is not in our control, making us do something, making us choose something, well, it's not perfection. You know what I mean? It's not like the choice you made was completely up to you. And that's the thing is, but you have to understand, like, let's say that your house is on fire, and let's say you have a front door and a back door, or let's say that there's multiple ways out of the house, or let's say you're in a burning building and there's all sorts of different exits. Well, okay, in that moment you have to choose which way to go out before you get burned to death. Think about that. Now, anybody with any intelligence is going to go out the shortest possible way, the quickest, fastest way is the way to get out of a burning building. I think most of us know that. But here's the point. It's not a perfect situation to be in. It's not ideal to have your house or an office building burning. So it wasn't your choice for the building to be burning. And it forced you, it compelled you to escape the burning building. Why? Because burning hurts. And you don't want to feel pain. And because we all seek pleasure and avoid pain, that right there shows how impossible free will is. Or even the concept of making any choice at all, like seriously. But that's the thing, is that for things to be perfect now would probably mean that everything in the past had to be perfect also. Seriously. How does that work? And we have concepts of perfection that we're taught that this is perfect. And we have concepts of better or worse, you know, good, better, best, and sometimes just really bad. Well, here's the deal. Here's another interesting thing. Which is the perfect gender? Male or female? Which is the perfect gender? Seriously. Or even just say, which is the best gender? By what standard? Seriously. We wouldn't exist if there wasn't like opposite gendered parents having sex in the first place. So, I don't know, man. But, like, think about that. Just think about what an illusion perfection is.